I've come to be known as a man who enjoys him some jank decks. And that's great. I love being the guy who pushes the boundaries and innovates the format. But I can't help but feel like my content is missing a certain perspective regarding the median experience of what playing Edison format is actually like. So in this series, I'm going to try my hand at the popular meta decks that have come to define Edison format. This is the well-worn path. What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Well-Worn Path. We're kind of going to be progressing into, I don't know what I want to call it, like Season 2 of the series. We're going to be looking at more like sort of rogue options that are out there that people have played, not like just jank that I've invented, but maybe more decks that are sort of not in the meta currently, or like historical decks that used to be in the meta but maybe aren't played as much now. So the first one we're going to be looking at is Flamvell. The reason we're starting with this one is because it's like the first Edison deck I think I ever played. It was like the Flamvell Synchro build. So this is my adapted version. I think the deck is not terrible, to be honest. Souls Manix had some like decent success with it, and he's probably like the best Flamvell player ever, to be fair, but like, you know, it can do well. It has a great Blackwing matchup and stuff. I think the main reason it's sort of not around much is because the Frog matchup is quite bad, which is definitely a big weakness. But yeah, my build is a little bit different than, I guess, the more standard builds. I think Souls generally plays like the one Cyber Dragon, one Gale thing that was in the original build, and I don't like that stuff. They also play like Sork and maybe even Dark Arm depending on the build. I just went like a way more streamlined build with the Flip Monsters and the Flamvells and the Caiuses. I'm on Tragodia. I think Tragodia is awesome because you can pitch the level 4 Flamvell guys, and then, you know, you can also change it to level 4, activate Rekindling, sync for Dark End with it. So I really like Trag and the Flamvell stuff, and then we're just like on a bunch of back row sort of monster removal. Triple Book of Moon is obviously insane in this deck because lets you put things down for dog to hit over, and it resets all your flip monsters, and it's just like a great piece of defense. So there's so much going on with Book of Moon. Then we're on Deep Prisons, Bottomlesses, the staples, etc. So it's like a very streamlined, very straightforward build on like Charge plus Trooper, just like with Triple Ryko to facilitate your milling, to get your grave set up. It's like a pretty good mill engine in terms of setting up your rekindling plays on Allure, because you can play a solid 9 dark monsters. Like I said, not on Sork or Sidra or any of that stuff. I can see like throwing that stuff in if you want, but I prefer this just like very simplistic build for some reason. Yeah, and aside's not a lot to talk about. Obviously, you need a lot of frog hates. You're on triple Vanity's Fiend, Mind Crush, double pulling. Oppression's like okay in this deck, so you could sort of side it. And then the Sidras got the just some standard side deck cards, DD Crow, Dust Tornado, whatnot. Extra deck, you got a ton of level 8 monsters because, of course, this deck's all about summoning those level 8 Synchros, and then just a bunch of standard Synchros with Fortress Dragon. So, yeah, the build's pretty straightforward, and I kind of like these styles of older decks, so we're going to hopefully have some fun with it in our match today. Let's get into it. We get to go first. This hand kind of sucks. I don't know what else to say about it. I might just pro set the Storm and chill. And then hopefully we can resolve Dog and like put some back row behind the Stardust and then have a Rekindling play. It's like a best case scenario, I guess. Alright, I'm going to pretend I have Bottomless. Opponent will hit me directly. They search Prodigies. It's probably like Diva Hero. Oh my god. I feel like we're doing this person dirty at this point. I mean, we're going to have that Dust Shoot. We're going to have the Deep Prison in the book behind a Stardust, probably. And we have a Rekindling play for next. This is just excessive force, you know. Feels cruel. Feels wrong. Oh, they're playing frogs. Huh. That's a tough one. I think the Ryza just has to go because we can't stop them from getting the sub, and we can't stop them from making a play happen because they got these two. So sub, 1-for-1, heavy, Typhoon, Prodigy, Fader. I feel a lot less bad I feel a lot less bad knowing that we were playing against frogs rather than against Diva Hero. Because now it's just like, you know what? You brought this upon yourself with your sins. Alright, phone goes for Prodigy. It's whatever. And then we can stop this play with the Book of Moon, which I'm probably going to do. So he goes for Treeborn. Yes, that's fine. Yep. I'm going to wait for him to land on a swap, probably. Then we're going to chain the Book of Moon on the sub. And that should put this play to rest. He'll probably just bounce. In which case, maybe I should hold the Rekindling. I don't know. Alright, he will bounce, so we know the full hand at this point. Not gonna 1-for-1 and keep going. That's interesting. Guess just figures he'll do it next turn. That's a really good draw in this situation, actually. Provided that he doesn't top deck into a Monarch. Exactly. But even if he does, he'd probably get rid of Stardust. So I think we're still just fine. What are the Prodigy, Fader, 1-for-1, Heavy or something? And then Swap Frog. Alright, this time we will protect. Alright, opponent's got a Junk Synchron. Oh wait, the Prodigy's gone, okay. And then the Junk Synchron's the unknown card. Something wasn't added up there. Yeah, I don't really know if we care what he makes here. So his hand is 1-for-1 Fader. Do we know the other card? I feel like we should know the 1-for-1 Fader Swap Frog. Yeah, okay. So we're just going to deprison this, and then, yeah. We can force Battle Fader this turn. Oops. My guy. We can force Battle Fader, and then we can just chill, I guess. I don't know. How do we want to force the Fader? I feel like I want to keep the Descendant play. So maybe I should just activate Rekindling right away. Yeah, I think I will. Well, actually, Yeah, let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's just make him use the Battle Fader. Alright, so now it's Fader 1-for-1 Swap Frog. And then, whoops. That's not the one we summoned. We'll use the one we summoned. And we'll go for a... I guess Thought Ruler is just the best one, probably. So we'll do that. Could also have made Colossal to play around drawing another Junk Synchron or something, but we have like brain control, so I feel like there's no way we lose from this position. Because we just... He's going to go 1-for-1, right? And then sub... Does he have a sub left? He must have a sub left. Yeah, there's one left. So he just goes 1-for-1 and then ends on like dupe plus sub or something. But then we just out one with the Descendant, out the other one with Brain Control. Alright, there's the 1-for-1. He's going to pitch the Prodigy. Okay, so this is just GG. This is just GG. Because he goes through all his stuff. Well, we just flip up Descendant, out one, brain the other, then hit over. We have like, we should have lethal somehow, maybe. Maybe we don't. Do we have lethal? Let me think about that. We got 15. We got 34. We got 61. Are we gonna be like short 200 points of damage or something? Well, so long as I draw a monster, it's not an issue, I guess. So we know that is Swap Frog. Alright, well now we just straight don't have lethal, so... we get the Descendant. Now let's think. Yeah, we get rid of one of the dupes, and then we brain the other one of the dupes or something. But unfortunately, we're not going to get off a dog search, so it's a little bit rough. On the other hand, we are just chilling. So we'll go... Let's just go to maximize damage, I guess. No, wait, I want to gain the 1k life. Not gonna lie. I could use that 1k life. So, attack. And we give you that. And he's got, like, a swap in hand. Is that what he added? I think that's what he added. So we're in a pretty good position here. If he has any kind of play, we can, you know, sort of stop it with bottomless. Alright, he's got an upstart. Well, now we're just on really big life points here. He's got, like, swap unknown. Okay. That is kind of the worst case scenario, but it's not a big deal because we have the bottomless. And, yeah, he's just got to set the swap or he's dead. No, he's dead either way, right? No. He can live on, like, 200 if he sets swap and if I don't draw a monster. Alright, he's just going to scoop, though. He should probably have tried to live. There's, like, a vague chance it could have happened. Anyway, bring in all the anti-frog kind of cards here. Even oppression, because why not? Man, yeah, the spy Descendant crap is so bad. Well, actually, what's really bad is, like, these. So we could go like this. Yeah, let's just do this. Was he on Hero Frog? Or was it... It was like Hero Frog. So the crows are definitely, I think, should be in there. That makes sense to me. And the oppressions, because the oppressions stop junk and miracle. And, like, Prodigy Sub and Battle Fader. They're definitely not bad to have here, I think. Against maybe regular frogs, it's a little more iffy. I don't know. It's kind of an iffy card versus frogs, period. But I think it's worth testing out, throwing it in. Because the issue isn't what it stops. The issue is, like, what it doesn't stop. Like, they can just Treeborn Monarch it, you know? And then it's like, oh, now I'm free to do all my special summon plays. Well, this hand is, much worse than our last hand. Much, much worse. Let's hope the opponent bricked, shall we? Let's just... Let's just hope the opponent bricked. I don't know. The problem is, even if we draw, like, a starter, it just gets monarched. So maybe I should have brought in, like, the Cyber Dragons or something. Swap Frog does not start a chain in hand. For viewers of this video, you can just special your Swap Frog before your opponent has a chance to respond. It's only Quick Draw that has this weird ruling in Edison, where for some reason it starts a chain. So the opponent has just summoned Vanity's Fiend. Is there no limits to what people bring in Vanity's Fiend for? I'm confused. We have no outs in our hand though, so that's kind of bad. Why would you bring in Vanity's Fiend in this matchup, though? I mean, our hand is unplayable either way. But, yeah, I don't know. This does not seem like a particularly good Vanity's Fiend matchup. I think you should just not bring in Vanity's Fiend. That's where I'm at on that one. And I've had it with this hand. Let's go next. Let's just draw better this time, you know? Let's bring in a Sidra. Maybe swap out one of these or something. I'm not sure. There are like 2 cards in this format that are way oversided. And they are Vanity's Fiend and Deck Dev. Frog players and Blackwing players just bring it in no matter what they're against, like, without thinking about it. And, like, Vanity's Fiend didn't even win him that game. Me having an unplayable hand won him that game. Like, he could have had just anything and he would have won. Caius or something would have been better if I had, like, actually drawn a monster. Anyway, I'm just going to set the Raikou. But yeah, like, you see, Frog players will literally bring in Vanities versus, like, Blackwings. And Blackwings will literally bring in, like, Deck Dev versus just anything. So, I think we may as well go for the Fire Dog here, even though it's probably a 2K Defender. Nope. All right. Well, that definitely paid off. That paid off big time. Because, like, even if it's a dupe, we just flip the Raikou and into we have Book of Moon Judgment backing it up. So, yeah. And here we got the Stardust. The question is, do we Judgment sub if it comes down? And I feel like the answer is no. Probably. Because we have a lot of outs to do block right here. Like, a lot. Is the opponent not going to summon Treeborn? That's weird. We're cool with that. I might Judgment Malicious Edge. Okay, no, they're just summoning Swap. Huh. Okay. Miracle. I feel like we're just cool with that. We can Book of Moon stop it. The Judgment is really just best held for a Monarch, probably. Or like a Junk Synchron, or even a Substitoad, maybe. Or the second Miracle. You know, just like when we really need it. So I'm going to book him. And we could just, like, flip up Raikou, attack or something. We don't even need to flip up the Raikou, right? What's Ab-Zero's defense? It's like 2K. So we could just set another Raikou. Here, let's just see what happens when I try to attack. And we negate. We go sets. We go sets. We go end phase. That's fine. We don't really care about that one. And here is where we Judgment the Monarch if he has one. But he doesn't. Alright. He sided them all out for Vanity's Fiends, and now he can't do anything into Raikou Stardust. I could see that. Well, we're just going to get rid of that swap. I milled a bunch of cards I didn't really want to draw anyhow, so I'm cool with that. Alright, Magician. Let's get in there. Hit for 25. Alright, what on earth? Phoenix Wing. Do I value the Judgment more or my Stardust more? I'm going to solemn that. %. If you have Gores there, you would hit the back row or something. And then just drop Gores. Plus, we can easily kill with... Oh, no. He top decked a... Well, that's just useless. That's just a useless-ass Vanity's Fiend that... I'm going to go mill only so we can win with Brain Control. Seems like a reasonable plan to me. GG's, opponent. Done in by your own vanities. See, it was just useless all game 3. The game where I actually drew cards, the Vanity's Fiend was just like sitting, staring at like monsters that Caius would deal with or Ryza would deal with. And it actually did nothing. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of this card just being brought in versus... Because, like, what does it really do versus Flamvell? I feel like you have infinite outs. You're not a particularly bad deck under Vanity's Fiend. So, I don't know. I feel like you should really... This card should be for, like, the mirror and for, like, quick draw and just for, like, decks like that, you know? I understand people bring it in because they don't want to lose to pulling the rug. But, like, sometimes it's better to just have Caius and, like, have the chance of getting pulling the rug, because Caius is just in a vacuum such a better card in a lot of matchups and situations. So that's my philosophy on that one. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of The Well-Worn Path. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, become a channel member, share the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.